Hello, new subscribers. We have apparently broken our glass ceiling and on several platforms. Broke the 200 mark on YouTube, which was slow. Our YouTube channel is probably the latest channel that we started. We have a few. We're on TikTok. We got 2 channels there. Uncle Birch and another one for the WTH Network. If you're on TikTok, you got to have a backup. You got to have a backup channel. To all my colleagues that have made their way to TikTok, I've been there quite a while. You got to have a backup. I've lost 9 accounts on TikTok, but one of them is hovering about 21.5 thousand right now. Thank you for helping us get there. And then we're all over the podcast places, every place that you get podcasts. It seems like Google Chrome is where I get the most viewers, but we've got people all over the world now. They're really liking us in Iraq for some reason. And on our Substack, even on my personal pages on Instagram, our Facebook page, continuing to grow up. Thank you so much. It's so damn important. We are on the tail end of a corporate media takeover. And corporate media was bad enough, but now they're being taken over by Trump lackeys. And this latest one, their Paramount merger, is huge. And I've just canceled my Paramount subscription. Won't be giving them any money towards any of that, which means, I just lost like 1 million channels or something like that, man. Stuff I'm going to have to find elsewhere, or God, I don't know. Since Paramount's owning it, I guess it just won't. Shut the dogs up. With Paramount owning it, I guess those are no longer shows I watch. But it's been a long time coming, and it's been under Trump and Trump's FCC, rich people looking out for rich people. It moved fast in the end, and it's pretty much over now. They own everything. What do we got left? MS Now, which is great. Great. I love me some MS Now. But is that all we have left? Now CNN's going to be on. I mean, CNN's been going downhill for a long time. But now Paramount owns them too. Now, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Again, thank you for subscribing. It makes all the difference in the world, and that's we need to be doing more of that. We need more independent media producers, and we need to support all of the independent media that's out here, because this is the only way around that. What they own is broadcast media, but they own some internet media too now. Like CNN's not broadcast, and we've got the internet. We still have the internet. Google has not entirely caved to kiss Trump's ring, because they have more money than God, and so I would get a little bit of messing with on YouTube, but nothing like a lot of these other platforms, like TikTok. I really, I'm constantly filing appeals on TikTok for community guidelines violations. I need a t-shirt, repeat community guidelines offender, or chronic community guidelines offender. I need to get me a t-shirt. But for those of you new here, I don't expect you to scroll back through all of my content, because there is a lot to find out my background. Although that would help. That really helps. If you're going to go watch all my old videos and like them and comment on them, that helps a lot. Got a lot of content out there. Got a lot of content from back when we had few viewers, and I just kept putting it out anyways. 3 people watched on YouTube. Fuck it. Gonna put out another one, man. Just keep going, and keep growing. And that's the way you got to do it. You just got to stick to your guns and keep going, no matter what's going on in your life. You need to keep going. Hopefully, this is gonna get this thing off soon. But I have a long history in pirate radio. In 1995, we launched the the longest running pirate radio station in the country, Free Radio Santa Cruz. While Free Radio Berkeley had started before us, about a few months before us or something like that, they eventually went off the air for 2 years in voluntary cooperation with the FCC. And my station did not, and as such, we gained seniority because we did not go off the air. So I got a long history in independent media, but to be truly independent in the world that I was in, the Clear Channel takeover. Clear Channel Corporation was taking over all of the radio, and we were fighting it, and we were fighting to get people access to their own airwaves, to where communities could start their own community radio stations, like we have one here, WHIVLP here in New Orleans is a low-power independent broadcasting station that exists because of the work that we did in the 90s to beat the FCC. Now, we beat the FCC. The free radio movement beat the FCC, and they had to make a low-power licensing scheme that was relatively cheap that communities could use to access the airwaves and start their own station. Unfortunately, we could never get a license because we never voluntarily went off the air, but they also never came up with the names, the legal names of any of the people involved. I was Phil Free. That was my radio name. I was a DJ and a commentator and a news guy and a musician and a technician for the radio station, because I had a long history of radio and ham radio. And so I was actually a technician for the station too. So that's what we were fighting back then. We were fighting for radio. The corporate takeover of television hadn't happened yet, but it's done happened now. It's taken over, and a lot of internet news too has been taken over by Paramount because rich people look out for rich people. Period! Exclamation point! And anybody that out there that thought that a billionaire was going to do something for the working class, I have several bridges and some swampland to sell you. That was a dumb move. So I got a long history with this, and with the change of the tides now, we can just do it ourselves, and so far they haven't found a way to stop us. They haven't found a way to stop any of the independent media on the internet, on YouTube, TikTok, Substack, you name it, and we're in all those places too. And by the way, follow our Substack. We're starting to grow on Substack too. WTH News Net on Substack. But I'm stoked to be talking to more people, because that's the point, to get your message out to more people and continue to get more people and more people and more people. And so thank you for coming. So I want to put a shout out for a lot of my independent media colleagues, and some of them, have inspired me to do this work. Have been inspirations for a long time. And of course, now it's more important than ever to follow these people, but just in case, you haven't heard of them, even though, I'm very small time and so far, these are some of the bigger players that I watch every day and I like and comment and everything. And the top's got to be the Midas Touch, and Midas Touch has probably got the most followers. They're approaching 7 million. I remember their original mission statement was to stop Donald Trump from ever being president again. Well, that didn't really work out, but keep at it. Maybe we can do away with any of his people ever being president ever again. That'd be good. But definitely shout out to Midas Touch, MEIDAS. You got to follow them if you're not following them. Adam Mockler's flying through this. Gen Z. Wait, Gen Z? Yeah, Gen Z Media. I'm Gen X. He's doing Gen Z Media. I notice I don't get a whole lot of Gen Z followers, but I do get a lot of Gen X. YouTube breaks down all those demographics. Oddly enough, I got more men following than women. And on all other platforms, I have more women following than men, and I always have. No, so I'm just fucking. But got a lot more men on YouTube, and definitely a lot of Gen X and the gens in between, but not a whole lot of Gen Z. But Adam Mockler's flying out the gates. I think he just got to 2 million. It's impressive. Aaron Parnas, I don't know what his following is, but Aaron Parnas, he does it differently than other people. Aaron Parnas will just do news wherever the hell he is. And I try to do that too. Walking down the street doing the news, I try to do that too. I do it, in my car when something's going on. I'm at work, I'll pull over and I'll put a news story together, man. So you don't see Aaron Parnas that often sitting at a table with microphones and headphones and all that stuff, although he is using the headphones a bit more these days. But gotta love me some Aaron Parnas. Jesse Dollemore, of course. He's got plenty of voicemails from me. Never calls me back. Texas Paul, I've loved Texas Paul forever. I don't know if Texas Paul is connected to any of the networks. I think it's just Texas Paul being Texas Paul, having his cup of coffee. Let's see. Politicon, the Raging Cajun, here in New Orleans, local boy. He's the best. He'll start his thing with, Donald Trump, you're a piece of shit. Let me tell you why. I love him. Dean Withers spends most of his time debating Trump supporters, and it's just epic. But he'll do some news pieces too. Love me some Dean Withers. Humanist Report. Love me some Midas Touch, but in reality, like I've said, I think Humanist Report might be my favorite because he's a radical socialist and I'm an anarchist socialist, and so I dig his message and the way he delivers it, and all the information he puts into a thing. He puts a lot of information. And me, I'm trying not to put that much information into each piece so I don't overwhelm people. I tend to talk more slowly than Ben Meiselas, who can barely catch his breath. He's talking so fast, putting so much in there. I'm trying to give it tone, inflection, and rhythm, and not overwhelm you with too much information. And then last but absolutely not least, love her, Politics Girl. Yeah, I just saw Politics Girl on CNN. I didn't know that she was doing the CNN circuit too. But all of these people, follow them, follow us, of course. They don't need my help, but just to get it out there to more people, because we need to stay in tune. We need to know what's going on, and the system is being rigged to pull the wool over our eyes even further, and our ears as well. So thank you for following the WTH News Network. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you all for all of your support. We seem to have broken some glass ceilings in the last few days on several platforms. Just something changed in the multiverse. I'm all here for it. I'll see you next time.